ready. This is going to be exciting.
And the car starts up to go. Green flag is out and we're underway.
Just a few laps into this. Oh, the 37's getting loose. Oh, and he saves it. Oh, they're going 3 wide.
We've got a 5-way fight for the win of this race coming to 4 laps to go. He's gonna win it here in spectacular fashion.
Well, welcome everybody. It's Tuesday night, and you are here on for the Hidden Whip Brewing Company Xfinity Series in Goat Locker Racing League. I'm Eddie Smith. Thank y'all for joining us tonight for an awesome show. I do believe we're going to see here at the Phoenix Raceway. This season has already kind of hit off with a bang. It's been amazing start to the whole Goat Locker Racing League. It's been incredible. And tonight, just another notch in a bedpost for what has been incredible so far. And got to thank all of our sponsors, of course. Can't do it without them. Lincoln Tech, Goat Locker out there with the mobile rig with Lincoln Tech this afternoon. Can't wait to see what comes out from that. But I want to thank them for being such an amazing partner. Of course, we got to thank Save22, Save22.net. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go over to @Save22net on our title sponsor, Hidden Brewing Company, for their sponsorship of. Well, a lot to think about tonight. Getting into the meat of the schedule, and Phoenix is a fantastic track. Regardless of how you feel about it, watching it in real life on Sundays on iRacing, you can put on a great show. And the updated model from the old surface, the updated sort of reconfigured, kind of changed the game. Start-finish line was moved from where you see it at the top of the track, actually was moved down here by the dog. And I'm not even sure if I don't know when that, but the turns definitely have changed, because what you want to do is definitely 3 and 4 now. So it's an interesting track, that dog leg, of course, not to kind of get on the same thing everybody else, like the Talladega. Oh, don't forget that the start-finish line is after the trioval, but that dog leg is going to play a huge part of the race. Don't forget. About that. So we'll see. I don't know. They say my audio is cutting in and out. Let me know, Jake, if that continues to be the case. But trying to keep it from being so loud. Let's see if I can work on that a little bit. Check it out. How about now? I don't know. We'll get there. I don't know. Sounds pretty good now. Let me know. Just holler at me. I don't want to be too loud. That's what I'm trying to do tonight, is trying to turn down the volume so I'm not blowing your eardrums out. So definitely let me know how the audio is, especially on my mic. Well, that's Phoenix Raceway as we are under qualifying at the moment. everybody has pretty much got the thing taken care of. And we're about to jump right into the grid. Look at that. Let's take a look at your grid, see who's going to come out with the pole award. And that's going to go to Levi McCarty. No surprise there. He was a monster in the Truck Series last season. And I expect the same tonight. He's going to be your Jam Printing and Promotion Award pole winner. And then the man that sort of come back with a vengeance is Christopher Morrison, 81. He's going to start outside of row number 1. Row 2 is going to be Jacob Ellingson. And last week's amazing winner, if you did not see that finish, you got to go back and watch that one. Jonah Colbert comes back from 9th all the way to 1st on the last lap after just a cavalcade of craziness, and gets the win. Him and Jake Ellingson starting in row number 2. In row number 3, Daniel Cunningham and Logan Sturgeon going to start 5th and 6th. In 7th, Timothy Stubblefield with Charlie Harkle. They're in that 8th position. In 9th, it will be Andy Kurtz and Jackie Tucker in 10th. In 11th, Michael Kostick and Charles Aber. 13th and 14th, Cliff Adams and Brandon Wallace. 15th, Kevin Price with John Anthony in that 16th position. 17th, George Jewell with Chris Sawyer in 18th. 19th, Frederick Seagraves Jr. and Brett Bieber in 20th. 21st, Jamie Lipke and Craig Bontrager in 22nd. These guys had not set a qualifying time. 23rd, Chuck Phelps and Matt Knights in 24th. 25th, Gary Cox Jr. and Doug Ellingson in that 26th spot. That'll do it for us here tonight. Well, I definitely want to know about the audio tonight. I went back and watched last week's broadcast, and boy, I tell you what, I was loud as all get out. I'm trying not to be loud. I want to be a little bit normal. So y'all let me know. I'm going to adjust on it a little bit. And y'all tell me if I'm overpowering or if it sounds good. Y'all keep me up to date. I know y'all like to keep me honest. Well, let's take a look at the race analysis here. 120 laps. It's going to be a long one here tonight, especially if we can't get in green flag racing in. I expect it to be green flag. Last week it was green flag all the way till about midway. It was solo spin and then just calamity there after the fact. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. A lot of potential on that dog leg with some issues, but 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, 4 tire sets available. I think they'll be using those tonight if they can. 3 white checker to 10th, 100% fuel load. Fuel run is 75 to 80 laps, just depending on how hard you drive and shifting, all those kind of things. So, well, we're getting ready to go green. Hot diggity dog. I think I got just louder whenever at the end of the race because of just how crazy it was last week. But we'll see. Levi McCarty is a monster here at Phoenix. We're going to see if he can get it done. But Chris Morris, Jacob Ellingson, Don Colbert, Daniel Cunningham, the top 10 is stacked with monsters. So tonight's going to be a knockdown drag out. I hope y'all are ready. I know I am. I'm glad y'all are here on B-Speed. Let's get ready to get some racing in. 120 laps at Phoenix. Green flag is out. You see them diving down to the inside of that dog leg, using every bit of track that they can. And I'll tell you, it does make a difference, as it makes up at least a tenth, just depending on how confident you are driving down in there. And good Lord, in real life, they can mount this in and break it. Levi McCarty out to an early lead. You see Jonah Colbert holding off Daniel Cunningham there. You see Logan Sturgeon on the outside, trying to make that outside line work early, as Timothy Stubblefield's going to get a bump from Logan Sturgeon, going to come back up the track and clobbers him into the outside wall. And oh, we've got a big one here on lap 2. Oh, Andy Kurtz goes flying around as Doug Ellingson makes contact with him. And I wonder if Logan Sturgeon regrets that bump, and may not have been able to do anything about that. But man, oh man, big hit there for Timothy Stubblefield. And Logan Sturgeon back to check it out. Watching here. See Logan Sturgeon on the outside. The 92 is going to drive up in front of him, make contact with the wall. Yeah, not really Logan Sturgeon's fault there. That was just a bang-bang type issue. Go back and watch from the 26 point of view. On board with Logan Sturgeon here. He's trying to get the run on the outside of those tires. Still a little bit too cold to do that, so he's trying to make it work, though. And you're going to see the 92 just kind of shimmy up the track here right in front of him. All was good until Stubblefield gets into the wall, then boom. Engine blown for Logan Sturgeon. So bummer, he had to take a tow along with, looks like Timothy Stubblefield. They do have a fast repair if they need it, which I think we all know they need it. Charles Abert, I think, was involved in that one as well. See if we can go back and find out what happened to him maybe. Take a little bit of time to find it 100%. Gosh, Sandy Kurtz going right up here. I'm watching from Charles Abert. All this is going to happen right in front of him. I think Andy Kurtz really got the worst end of it. Big hit. Boom. So that's fun. That's not a great way to start it. Well, maybe we'll get it all out of our system before the last lap. I don't know. But, you know, that one wasn't even the dog leg. It happened in the dog leg. That wasn't even what caused it. That was just old tires, I do think. So, and I've been told this setup. Last night in the ARCA series, we had one of the best races I've ever been a part of. What a great combo that was. I've been told this combo not quite as good. So, you know, I think these guys are definitely dealing with some challenges with the setup. And cold tires on oval racing, the first couple laps are really dicey. And I think that's all that it was there. But we'll get it kind of right back up and get back going. You know, you always want to kind of give 2 laps or so for the tires to get up to temp before you start really pushing it. But these restarts are so important to get those positions early. You don't want to wait around. You let 3 or 4 guys go, you know, it's going to be tough to get those positions back. So you have to be aggressive, but you have to find that limit. I think Stubblefield really found it. And Sturgeon just really would know where to go. Getting ready to go back green, though. McCarty, Chris Morris. This time, McCarty's going to have better control of the restart, and he gets going really, really quick. Oh, no, and Jonah Colbert, last week's winner, spinning. Oh, and no, Jamie Lipke sideways as Jonah Colbert in the 31 machine. I think he spun his tires, I do believe. We have our second caution here on lap 6 of 120. So we can go back and find out what happened there. We're going forward, Jonah. On board with 31 here is watch to see what happened. Coming into the restart zone, and oh man, I think he went from. See, watch those RPM gauges. See if he missed the shift. Yeah, did not get it in the right gear. Shifted from second to, looks like first. And lucky he didn't blow his motor. But, yeah. But I know one thing I do know is that Jonah has a new shifter. So, got him a new Fanatec shifter. And, you know, maybe a little bit of learning curve there as he's trying to get used to it. And it obviously some sort of issue there. Did not get it in the right gear. And once you do that, it just really grabs the rear end, sends it around. So, more damage to be repaired here under our second caution of the night. And not how we wanted to start the race, but that's the way it goes. Well, we got so many sponsors to thank, and of course we talked about a few of them. But we'll talk about our major sponsor of this series, Hidden Wit Brewing Company. Hidden Wit Brewing Company was born from the desire to help you find a little escape from the world outside our doors. Our focus from the beginning has always been to craft drinkable beers that you love to enjoy, and they are majority veteran owned and the title sponsor of the Tuesday Xfinity series. While we have the time, might as well talk about Save 22. Save 22 is a 501(c) organization dedicated to preventing suicide among veterans, active duty personnel, and first responders. Our unwavering mission extends to 4 critical pillars: shield, assist, volunteer, educate, save. And check them out. Save 22 Vet on YouTube. They've got a Tuesday show where they talk to each other and just trying to support the community, doing great stuff. Definitely worth going and checking out. Even if you're not a vet, a great perspective can be found there, and I think it'd be good for just about anybody, especially if you have somebody in your life who was in the military and did serve. Might be worth a listen for sure. Save 22, also the sponsor. Goat Talk Live on Above the Yellow Line Media. Check out Goat Talk. Thursday nights. Host of that show is fantastic. Into the restart zone. Levi McCarty will have control of the restart yet again. We're under green. Barney getting a workout here early as we get going. Everybody diving down to the inside. You can see Levi McCarty electing not to do that, and that's going to open the door for Jacob Ellingson, who's moved into that second position as Ellingson four-wheel slides down on the bottom. But we should see Levi McCarty with that outside line able to hold on to it. But Jake actually does a fantastic job. Just a half car length going into this final turn. I think that bottom is pretty good in this corner right here, but I think the outside is pretty dang strong as the race goes on. So you watching out for that as we watch this battle continue to rage on as they go down into turn 1. And Ellingson able to secure that lead. Last night was running in the ARCA car and found something in 1 and 2, which is the corner they just came out of, 3 and 4. You can run that high line and get a great run off the corner, especially as the tires started to wear. Will we see that here tonight, or will this be sort of a bottom feeder? That'll be something to pay attention to, as we've already got somebody that is about to go a lap down. Looks like Brandon Wallace in that 99 machine. His leaders are catching up to him pretty quickly. So far, so good. Ellingson now starting to pull away. That's usually a bad sign for everybody in the field. I have talked to a few drivers, and the tire wear is pretty rough. So last night, you could really just go after it in the ARCA car. Totally different car, totally different setup, maybe even totally different track temperature and track differences. Here on iRacing, they have done a great job of modeling, trying to get as close as they can to real life. The track state can mean a whole lot. You practice one night on a cool track, got some rubber laid down, and then you go practice on a green track that is 130 degrees. They will drive much, much different. So not only does the car make a difference, also look at weather and stuff. So I take a look at that. Air temperature is 73 degrees. Track temperature is 76. So that is about as gripped up as you can get. So you won't see too much slipping inside. That's good. That means you got a lot of grip. The problem is grip sometimes can mean that the car is going to be really tight, especially on entry. As you can see, Levi McCarty using that outside line. I mean, as close to the wall as he can to try to drive down on exit. To find a little extra speed, because right now Ellingson is gone. Now out to a second here after a couple cautions, and now Brandon Wallace in danger of going a lap down. Now he does have the opportunity for a lucky dog. He's need that caution quick. Back here, a little further back, we got Andy Kurtz, Frederick Seagraves Jr. This is a battle for that 9th and 10th position. You see Britt Beaver right up in front of them. They might be going 3 wide here. Seagraves to give a little shove there to Andy Kurtz. Andy takes over that spot and looks down to the inside. We'll see. I don't know if he's going to be able to get down to the inside on that dog leg. Not able to do it. Andy Kurtz going to be gone. Andy not qualifying as well as I think he probably could. Got a long way to go, but I expect to see the 48. He's last night's winner. I expect to see him up at the front before this thing is over with. Let's see who we got on camera here tonight. Got quite a few, as always. And I'm By that, I mean 3. You got Jacob Ellingson, who is out front. You got George Jewell there on the top right. You got Jamie Lipke there down on the bottom. So, oh, is George Jewell having some sort of issue? And he's coming to a stop, and that brings out the caution. George Jewell just talking about him, and he has some sort of issue. It actually just calls it quits. Oh, no, I thought he did. So go back and see, maybe we can find out what happened to him. 49 of Craig Bontrager on the outside, coming off the quarter. Craig gets into the wall, and man, what a massive amount of net code right there. George Jewell not happy with that, but I mean, Craig did get into the wall, but unfortunately, you'll be able to see here as they come off the corner, hopefully. You know, you're not going to be able to see anything. That camera was not good enough. But the 49 is just going to get tight, get into the wall. Watch this right here. And then you can see you can fit your whole head in between those two cars. And so net code is what got him. Brings out our 3rd caution of the night. And folks coming down pit road, Brett Bieber, one of them. Charles Abert, another one. Daniel Cunningham comes down pit road as well. We'll see if they take 4 tires. They just come down for fuel. And making it down into his stall now. I'm curious. They've got 4 sets of tires, 3 in the pits. This will be one of the 3. And it looks like Jacks are going up on the 91, so going down to get some tires. Early strategy call, like these split tire decisions like this. Everybody elected to stay out, try to save those tires, and it's a great strategy to stay out. It's a great strategy to come down, I think. So the problem with Cunningham's strategy is while he may have, especially if we get a long run, you know, advantageous tires throughout the whole run, he's going to have to drive up through the field to do it. But we'll just see how good fresh tires really are. And he'll be the first one on 4 tires, and he is back in 17th position. So that is a pretty big drop. So makes me a little bit nervous. Jonah Colbert right behind him. They've got a long way to go to get back to this thing. George Jewell has called it quits. Disappointing to see that. We'll call it a night. Got a couple drivers, a couple laps down. Logan Surgeon 2 laps down in 22nd. Tim Stubblefield is 3 laps down in 23rd. Brandon Wallace was the lucky dog free pass, so he'll get back on the lead lap. Don't pit road now, though. He's got to get with it. If he's fixing some damage or what, but we're about to go green. Pace car has pulled off, and he is just coming off pit road. He's going to go all the way around the track, so I don't. Still has a fast repair, but maybe hoping for a quick caution. All right, Ellingson now has control of the restart. Get ready to go down into turn number 3. Get this thing underway. Still about 100 laps to go into the restart zone. Late in the box goes Ellingson. Tried to time it just right. They go rolling down into the dog leg. You see everybody, Zachary Tucker, all the way down to the bottom, trying to get every advantage and gain a spot on this restart if you can. Nicholas Morris looking to run down this 18. Started to put a little pressure on Levi before that caution. Now Michael Kostick trying to get this position, but Zachary Tucker gets down to the inside. Kostick going to gas it up, but Tucker has the inside advantage. They are neck and neck down the back straightaway. Front straightaway. Still side by side. I think Kostick may have the run off the corner. If he keeps the power down, he does. And so he will take over that spot. And Zachary did not have a great run because Andy Kurtz, who we saw get clobbered in one of those cautions, is now back up to 5th. Fast repair has been used by the 48. And now he is back on it. I think he's really good for this track. No surprise there as we go on board. You can hear the shifting. These guys not just staying in the high gear fourth. They're utilizing the transmission to help slow that car. As when the car bogs down, you can actually hear it bog down pretty low there in that corner as he is driving right around Michael Kostick. Listen here. Below 6,000, he shifts down. That way he's got more throttle. As the car bogs down, you just don't have the torque that you need to rotate the car on exit. As, I think Brett Bieber has gone around at the start-finish line. The 808, pulls back right in front of Brandon Wallace, almost makes contact, and that brings out our, I think, fourth caution of the night. So we can go back and find out what happened to the 808 here. Got Logan Sturgeon in the 26 behind him. Jonah Colbert in 31 in front of him. Oh, and a checkup is Doug Ellingson. Doug Ellingson has to check up for, I'm not sure what reason, maybe just did not get in the corner like he wanted to. On board that Doug here. It's hard to say. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Maybe just different breaking points, I guess. Probably the culprit here. See Jonah getting off the gas. Doug just kind of driving in a little bit harder, trying to get it back down, and Jonah just makes contact, and then it's just sort of a bang type deal there. Up pit road. 4 people are elected to come down pit road. Cliff Adams, Zachary Tucker, Jonah Colbert back down, and Jacob Ellingson going to give up the lead. So your leader comes down pit road, gets 4 tires. Cunningham had made it up to 5th position, so everybody kind of looked and said, you know what, those tires may be a pretty big deal here. Sucks for Daniel Cunningham. He would love to see that go green before these guys had an opportunity to come down pit road, but now they're going to drop back. Ellingson going to fall back to about 12. Have to work up through these guys. But with only 4 tire sets, and the way cautions are flying and the way it seems like tire wear is going, it's like those tires are wearing out pretty quickly. So gotta be careful that you don't end up using too many too early. I don't think anybody's used more than 1 set. Lipke came down a couple times, Brett Bieber as well, but I think both of them have only pitted the 1 time for tires. If you've hit it twice at this point for tires, you're in big trouble, I think. So these guys up front, they haven't pitted yet. Levi's going to want to get kind of going here along with everybody else. Get a pretty big gap back to those fresh tires. Thank y'all for watching here on VSpeed. We're glad to have y'all subscribe. If you're not subscribed, we've got all kinds of racing going on. There's probably a race going on right now. Racing going on almost every night of the week. Green flag is out though. Levi McCarty going to get a big jump. Now the battle is going to be for that 2nd position is Andy Kurtz. Oh, he's going to bounce it off the wall. Big hit for the 48 as he took that position, but man, smacked the wall, and that might have a little bit of wheel damage in the 48. We'll see how it goes here, but that was a hard hit. Slammed the wall. Really tough coming off of the dog leg. Go on board with it and see what the steering wheel looks like. That was the right front, so you don't want to have any issues on the right front. He has already used his fast repair, so he can't afford a caution, though. Back out on the speedway. Oh, Doug Ellingson. Big contact. Hood is up on that 58 machine, and the front tire's not even rolling. Doug involved in another one here. See what happens. The dog leg. Oh, man. And Logan Sturgeon gets hit. Doug just keeps going. Holy cow. We'll watch that again from Doug's point of view. Wow, that was a big hit. Make a little contact there with Logan. He's going to gas it up here, go through the dog leg, and he's just going to get loose as he comes back out on the track. I don't know if he got mad or what, but just kind of kept going, hit the wall, and just clobbered him. Well, that's going to do it for Doug. Unfortunately, he is got a meatball flag. That means he is likely done for the night. Already used his fast repair, so tough deal for him and Logan Sturgeon, who is also has a meatball. So I think Logan both times really not anything he could have done to stop that. I can see if we can find out. Let's just replay real quick. His point of view. On board with Logan here. Never saw it coming. Back under a caution, 5 cautions so far in 34 laps. Only one of them that I felt like was sort of preventable. That little stack up with Doug Ellingson, Jonah Colbert, and Logan Sturgeon, and I can't remember who else, but the rest of them have just been small mistakes. And we talked about it before the race, the car not driving the way they want it to. It seems like handling being a big problem at the moment. But lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back green. Still got a long way to go. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing in and watch some of these battles. But if not, we're here for it all. There we go. Jacob Ellingson was able to make it up to 5th position there. Ostick, Abert, Brandon Wallace, Chris Sawyer, Matt Knights all came down pit road on that caution. Into the restart zone, Levi McCarty in with the lead, trying to hold off those fresh tires coming from behind him is Jacob Ellingson. Let's go on board with him. Fresh tires. You can see how big a difference those 30-lap fresher tires are making, as he's able to just kind of do whatever he wants to at the moment. In huge runs, trying to be patient. He knows he's got fresher tires, no need to make any kind of crazy moves. He's going to get the lead. He just has to be patient, not get caught up in any incidents, and drive it down to the inside, and there's really nothing that these guys can do, although Cunningham has on fresh tires as well. Ellingson's about 8-lap fresher, so tires making a huge difference at the moment. Now, what Ellingson does not want to see is a 20-lap run and then a caution, because then Levi McCarty would come down pit road. So this could all throw a big wrench in everybody's plans, depending on how the cautions fall or if we stay green. If we stay green, Ellingson is in the best position. He had probably the fastest car, and now he's got a huge tire advantage. So if we go green from here, Ellingson's going to be in a great position. But we run about 20 laps or so. Caution goes back out. Now he's down a set of tires to Levi. So that could definitely change the outcome of the race for sure. So I love these tire strategies. Makes it a little bit nerve-wracking if you're a driver, but fun for us. We get to see all the action play out. Ellingson going to take over that top spot. No surprise there with those fresher tires. Go back and watch this battle for the 4th position. Andy Kurt, Zachary Tucker, Chris Morse. Zachary Tucker on fresher tires, same stint that Ellingson is, so he should be able to get by these guys without much issue. Andy Kurtz and Christopher Morse pushing 40 laps on these tires, so they've got a lot of laps on these things. So I'm sure next caution they will be coming down pit road. Morse going to look down to the inside. Kurtz trying to take over this spot, battling for the fifth spot at the moment. Got Frederick Seagraves right behind him, and Greg Bontrager, man, good lord. Frederick Seagraves and Greg Bontrager have been really impressive tonight. Bontrager comes all the way from 22nd, currently running in that 8th position. He's got new tires behind him, but these pit strategies are all over the place. And Greg being sort of a benefactor for that, as he's trying to hold off Kostick, who has 7-lap pressure tires than he does. Seagraves also another one who has come from the back, started 9th, running 7th, and into the inside of Christopher Morse Jr. Levi's been doing a great job. He's up here in 2nd. Holding strong. Man, this is about as good as it can go for Levi. He's not getting eaten alive like Christopher Morse is. Morse is back there just dying in traffic. As he's going to lose another spot. Kostick, and here comes Greg Bontrager right behind him. So Morse battling up there for 2nd early on. Now on these old tires, he is falling back on the back half of the top 10. So he's wanting a caution really soon. That's for sure. Now, Levi McCarty, a little bit different story. He's got Zachary Tucker coming up behind him. But Levi's showing how strong he is right now. Ellingson out 2-second lead, but you know, he's got 30-lap pressure tires than Levi McCarty. So Levi doing a fantastic job here. And that may pay dividends if you get a late race caution or come down to the end of this thing. He has an extra set. That can mean all the difference for him. So I watched last season as Levi McCarty had the most dominant performance here at Phoenix, so I know how good he is here. He is as good as Andy Kurtz is and others like Jacob Ellingson, but Levi just put a whooping on him, led almost every single lap, and I think he was definitely a championship favorite and had some sort of technical issue that took him out of the championship race. But his one win from last season was a dominant. No, he knows how to get around here. Dang sure. Wyatt Dooling in chat says he's checking in from South Korea. Go Seagraves. Go Army. Hey, I love it. Glad to have you, man. Thanks for watching. What time is it over there in South Korea? Interesting to see Cunningham falling through the field. He's got 26 laps on his tires. He should be better than almost anybody except for Kostick, Ellingson, Tucker, and Seagraves. But not quite able to get the car up near the front. He's losing positions left and right. Checking lap times. Last lap, Levi McCarty ran a 28.4, which is about a tenth slower than just about everybody else, but just a tenth. Christopher Morse ran a 28.3, so he found a little speed back here in this mess. As you see, Frederick Seagraves just let Michael Costa go. Smart move by him. This track is one of those where you get side by side and you battle for too long. It can bring other cars to you. And right now, everybody's fighting sort of this game of inches. I mean, you want to keep the momentum up. You're not going to be able to pass folks very easy on the same tires. You got to take advantage of having better tires. You got to get, but you don't want to battle too hard and lose track position. See, if he battles with that Ford machine, who's obviously quicker, then all of a sudden he could lose 4 spots in a turn from those behind him. So Frederick making the right call. Sometimes it's good just to, hey, you know what? I'm not going to fight for this. There's no point. We still have over half the race left to go, and he makes the right call, I think. Hang on to this top 5. Back a little bit further, Right behind him, Brett Bontrager looking down to the inside of Morse. Morse looking down to the inside of Andy Kurtz. And Bontrager with those tires trying to gain some spots here. See, on throttle, he's just got so much more grip. Wasn't able to hold it, but if you look on board the InVets in-car cam, on board of the InVets 49 machine, as he's make it work and elect to stay off the dog leg, stay on the track. You see the time gain from the 81 by taking that dog leg. In the middle of the corner is where those fresh tires are making a huge difference. If he were to pick up the throttle, I have no doubt he could take that spot. Being patient. Try not to push too hard. Now, somebody who is pushing hard, Costa, is coming alive here. He is about 4 seconds back from the leader, Ellingson. But Kostick does have the freshest tires on the track, and he is putting them to good use here. Zachary Tucker has gotten around Levi McCarty, now has Michael Kostick. So Levi's struggling here, but still, I mean, really impressive that he's holding on to fourth, not falling through the field. And caution comes out, he's still in great position, but Kostick going to try to get by the Zachary Tucker 01, or just one machine, not 01. Watch this battle here, see if Austin can get around him pretty quick. No shifting in 1 and 2 there. Getting a nice run off the corner. Going to drop down to the inside. No shifting for the 4. Down to the bottom. Dive down onto the dog leg, and that will give him second place. Oh, right up in front of him. Back here, got a battle between Jamie Lipke and Charlie Harcum. Battle for 15th and 16th. Jamie has been putting his webcam up every single week, and I think it's time to shout him out, show him up on screen. Appreciate everybody that shows. Oh, and going to make contact with the wall, struggling there off the corner. Harcum going to be able to get around him. A little surprised to see Harcum so far back. I think he is still on his tires that he started with. Faster pair down along with Jamie Lipke. So they have been involved in some incidents, just trying to crawl back here. But struggling here outside the top 15 for both these drivers. They're hoping for a caution to get some fresh tires on this thing, try to get up towards the front. It is a dog fight up here. Brett Bieber closing in on Christopher Morse Jr., who's just probably going, guys, what happened? Y'all were wrecking every 5 laps, and now that I have the oldest tires, y'all ain't wrecking at all. And he has just been under fire this whole time. Somebody I think is probably in contention of winning this race, now in trouble. As we have green flag pit stops, he is so behind the 8 ball. But without a caution, being on these old tires, going to be tough for him, especially as he's not to fall outside the top 10. Bieber not able to get position on him. Now the 31 going to jump around the outside. Jonah Colbert take over the 10th position, now set his sights on. Red Bull 31 got victory lane last week. Wildest of fashions. As Christopher Morse comes down pit road along with Levi McCarty. Pit road is open here, and they should be able to make it to the end of the race. So these guys going to use this short pit to their advantage as they continue to sort of fall back with these older tires. Now they're going to come down pit road and try to take advantage of hitting early. Try that undercut. They're going to lose at least 1 lap. See how close to losing 2 that Chris Morse. Here comes Jacob Ellingson right around right now as they're just now getting into their pit stall. So they very well could go 2 laps down. 4 tires of fuel for Levi as he comes out of pit road. And just the 1 lap as here comes Jacob Ellingson out of pit road. You see, that's Levi McCarty up there in front of him. So almost 2 laps down. We'll see how long everybody else is going to be willing to stay out. Ellingson is one of the few, I think. Ellingson, maybe Kostick, can stay out as long as they want to. Ellingson had such a nice lead that no matter how much they gain on those fresh tires, he'll be able to gain it back because he had such a massive lead. So Ellingson can kind of dictate the race. He doesn't have to jump down pit road just because those guys did, I don't think. So he can do whatever he wants, but everybody else back there in the top 5, Frederick Seagraves, Zachary Tucker, Daniel Cunningham, even Andy Kurtz, need to be thinking about it because it's going to be tough for them to gain that back. Math's just not going to work for them. At this point, you definitely don't want to come down 2 or 3 laps after, because that's just the advantage you just gave up. So if you're going to go long, you need to go about 10 laps longer than Levi McCarty, or run it all the way out, one of the two. It's like they're elected to stay out. Nobody else other than Kevin Price come down pit road, get his 4 tires, and you'll see Doug Ellingson still sit there. Race over for him. Go back here and watch this 4th to, looks like 8th place battle. Just see how hard it is to pass. So far, 4 DNFs, John Anthony has called it quits. Doug Ellingson, Logan Sturgeon, and George Jewell all out of this one. All right, another driver coming down. Frederick Seagraves brings the 09 in 9th place. Down pit road on lap 67. Comes in about 6 laps. Oh, and he actually slides through his stall and misses that. It's going to be precious time that he lost there. Don't want to see that, but he gets it back in his box, going to get going. He's going to lose a lot of time there. Everybody else was on pit lane for about 46 seconds. Let's see. About 46. We'll see what Frederick does here. Maybe he didn't lose that much time. Yeah, he did. He lost about 3 seconds to everybody else, but just by sliding through his stall like that. So, gonna have a little bit of work to do. That 09 was really fast, though. He should be able to make it back up. Still waiting on everybody to come down pit road when they elect to, when they decide. I think Jacob Ellingson dealing with a lot of traffic here as there goes Jamie Lipke by on fresh tires. Ellingson running 28.5s and fresh tires. Levi McCarty running 27.9. So it's about 6/10 of a second different per lap at the moment, which is not a lot. That's I think Ellingson's in good place right here. If caution doesn't come out, it's going to be very difficult to take this away from Ellingson. Ellingson would be the only one who could do it. Don't want to come speed down pit road or anything crazy. Just got a 5.5 second lead over Michael Kostick. It's likely if Ellingson runs it really long here, you don't get a caution. It is likely that Levi, will jump over him after the cycle, but Ellingson would be just that much faster to run back. Now, the one driver that's still on the track that I am just blown away, he hasn't come down pit road, is Andy Kurtz. He has been on the track 68 laps. There ain't nobody even close at this point. Everybody else on that same stint has already come down and taken 4 tires. And ooh, Kevin Price hooks it in the corner, almost makes a little bit of contact there as he's then has to check up a little bit. But Andy Kurtz now pushing 70 laps here. That's pretty close to a fuel run. So he's got about 5 or so laps maybe left on fuel. Factory Tucker, though, he's coming down pit road. Is up to goods after 43 laps and make his final stop. I expect to see Andy Kurtz come down at any point. Scary thing for everybody else is if Jacob Ellingson decides to go all the way long. I mean, Andy Kurtz has shown that you can go 70 laps on fuel. So we know it's possible on fuel to go that far. So if you are Levi McCarty here, your one mission at the moment is to find that 27 and unlap yourself. Because right now, he's not in a dire situation because he is in the Lucky Dog spot. But the Lucky Dog has to line up behind all the lap cars. And right now there are a bunch of them. Oh, and he makes contact with the wall there. But he really needs to get up there and unlap himself from the 27 machine. And Christopher Morse Jr. is in the same spot. He's about 4.5 seconds, about 5 seconds back from Levi McCarty. They came down at the same time. And you see he's working through top 5 at the moment. But Ellingson is way up there. And if a caution comes out at any point in the next, if Ellingson stays out in the next 20 laps or so, that is a long time without a caution. And if that caution does come out, Morse will be trapped the lap down, have to take a wave around, and that will be race over. So that 81 machine, with all the tire strategies that have been going on, coming down pit road, taking those tires, trying to make up the difference on the track, he's in danger if a caution comes out. Ellingson there, and we'll see if we can find McCarty. McCarty's just coming through the dog leg, so McCarty is sort of chipping away at him. Should see McCarty come into picture. He's coming off the corner right behind before the camera changed. He's got a whole straightaway to make up some difference. Now, the question I have is, what will Ellingson do here? Now, what he can't do is run 30 more laps, I don't think. By the time he runs 30 laps, he will have given up a pretty ridiculous gap to Levi McCarty. You can hope for the caution and hope that works out in your favor, but at some point you got to pull the trigger. You don't want to come down with 20 laps to go and try to run him down. You may not be able to. Levi has been really fast all night. So it's sort of a question of what Ellingson wants to do. He can come down pit road. He'll be a lap down when he comes off, so it's a danger for him too. There's a lot of decisions that go on in these type of races, especially one like this where there's been varying strategies. Is what do I do? You're sitting there, you got the lead, but you know that one caution could take it all away from you. So not an easy call to make. If he stays out too long, Levi will have such a lead that he won't have enough time to get it back. But if he comes in too early and gets strapped the lap down, his race could be over. So Ellingson, dominant here, had the massive lead, but it's not an easy decision. We'll see when they decide to come down pit road. Andy Kurtz has still not come down pit road. He's actually running down Daniel Cunningham, who has about 17 lap fresher tires than Andy Kurtz. So they said it was right around 75 to 80 laps on fuel, and I did not expect anybody to push it to that limit, but Andy Kurtz absolutely is. If they get a caution right now, he's loving every minute of it, but time is starting to run out a little bit. I never found out what time it is in South Korea. I can look this up if I want to, but here comes Daniel Cunningham down pit road. He said, I'm done. Come down and get those tires. Checking in on Levi and his he's still got a long way to go to catch up to Ellingson. He has still not got there. His times have dropped off significantly in comparison. Last lap he ran 28.4. He was 0.6 of a second faster. Now after 20 laps, the tires have sort of equalized there. So Ellingson coming down pit road. We're about to find out just how much. He's got 40 laps to go. Brings it down pit road. Do not speed. Don't want to have any kind of issues here. Don't slide through your box. And if he comes out of pit road, I think he is going to be in good shape because I think everybody's going to follow. 27 comes down pit road. Just rolls it right in there. Comes to a complete stop. No issues. You see the 91 of Daniel Cunningham coming out of pit road. 4 tires and fuel. Obviously going to be the call. And we'll see if he goes a lap down. Kostick might stay out here. No, he's not. Michael Kostick now coming down pit road as well. Gives up second position. Andy Kurtz on 80 laps of tires and fuel has the lead at the moment. And Ellingson going to come out about 3.8 seconds behind Levi McCarty. So that's the gap he's got to make up in about 35 laps. And it only took 20 laps to equalize on tires. So this is going to be interesting. Levi comes out on the track. Michael Kostick coming out of pit road. He's going to lose a bunch of time here. Brett Bieber take over the lead as now Andy Kurtz finally has come down pit road after 81 laps. Everybody going to come down for their final stops. Right now, Brett Bieber, Brandon Wallace, Jonah Colbert, Matt Nice, and Charles Abert still out on the track, all of them over 50 laps on this stint. Ellingson is on the lead lap, 16 seconds back from the lead. He's in great shape. So, you know, I really expect these guys up front who are not in contention to win if they come down pit road to stay out, hope to get a caution. There's always that possibility. Come down pit road, you get fresh tires, come out, trying to make up some time. You get loose, spin out, caution comes out, and it all changes. So we'll see what these guys do. I think Brandon Wallace will stay the distance. But if everything cycles around, we've got a battle for the lead. You can see Ellingson on those fresh tires. Back bumper of the 18. If it cycles, this is a battle for the lead. No contest. Ellingson with that massive gap he had earned. He will take over that spot. Ellingson, no matter what, it's in great shape. So is Levi. Caution comes out, they're fine. No big issues for those guys. Now, Andy Kurtz, Daniel Cunningham, they are a lap down, so they're in danger of being stuck that way if caution comes out. But, yeah, great cycle there for Ellingson and Levi McCarty and Christopher Morse as well. They did a great job of staying in the hunt. Caution does come out. They'll get back on the same cycle, go after it. Brandon Wallace here in second place. Jonah Colbert has run him down. I'd be surprised. 55 laps to go. Brandon Wallace, you see that steering wheel all the way over to the left. That right front is posted. And Jonah's going to get a run on him down here as, oh, here comes Andy Kurtz on fresh tires. Going to split them up. Anytime you've seen this wheel turn like it is, watch here in this next corner. We'll see if Brandon is still putting the wheel to it. Watch this. Watch that tape. That tape should be at around 11:30, 11 o'clock. Oh, man. He's got the brake bias cranked down, but look, you can't even see the tape anymore. It's all the way over at 3 o'clock. That means his front tires are just not gripping like you want to. Going down to the inside. Take over the second spot, that Red Bull Ford Mustang. It is 11 a.m. in South Korea. Okay. There you go. Ellingson is in the mess right here as he's got Matt Knights in front of him. That's Jamie Lipke there down on the inside. Matt Knight's up there in that white and blue car, and Jacob's going to go right through the middle. I love it. Jacob, 8.7 seconds off of the lead. He is currently about 6 tenths of a second faster than the leader, Brett Bieber. And here comes the 31 of Jonah Colbert coming down pit road to make his final stop of the race. Nobody up here can make it to the end. I can't imagine. They would have to save about probably 5 or 6 laps. I don't know if they can do that. So they're going to have to come down. I think they're just waiting on that caution. Bieber can go another 20 laps or so. That would make him about 7 laps short. Ellingson has already gotten back up to third, so he is in great shape. No matter what happens, Ellingson can breathe a sigh of relief as the way this thing is going right now, he is in as good a shape as any to get this win. Y'all ain't been telling me about the sound. How's my mic sound? Sound good? Too loud? Too low? Let me know. Right now, just wait patiently, see if the 808 comes down pit road anytime soon. I think he would love to see a caution at the moment. But everybody kind of spread out. Just a couple of drivers within, half a second of each other. Got a battle back here for 14th. Not going to be much of a battle, I don't think. Cliff Adams got much fresher tires than Charlie Harcum at 28. A little surprised Harcum not doing better than this. He is a contender for sure last season. I think he still will be. Just maybe having a tough race. Ellingson now right in front of them is going to the inside of Brandon Wallace for second. He'll take it without much issue at all. Well, you know what? This is the perfect time to talk about we're going to call it the Warrior Spotlight. We've called it the Veteran Spotlight forever, and Pat said, you know what, we're going to change it because we want to highlight not just veterans. No Locker is a veteran organization, but they like to support all of their first responders. And Daniel Kerkeel is the one for February. He has been an EMT with AMR in St. Louis for 6 years. In addition to providing private 911 and transfer services, he is a part of AMR's emergency response team. He has deployed for 22 weeks to Chicago and New York to provide support during the COVID crisis, as well as Eastern Tennessee and North Carolina for hurricane relief. And also serves as an admin here for GLR. Thank you, Dan, for all that you do to serve the community. Us here at GLR, we couldn't do it without you, brother. I think that's absolutely right. Daniel has stepped up in so many ways. And that is our Warrior Spotlight of February. Shout out to him. He is an admin of the Sunday Night Truck Series, also an admin of the Monday Night ARCA Series. Does some race control here and there, and all around just good guy. Set up some practice sessions for new guys, trying to help folks get some stuff figured out when they have issues. And a top-notch addition to this community, that's for sure. Well, we're watching as Ellingson, the inevitability has made it to the back bumper of Brett Bieber. He's about a second away now with 20 laps to go. Ellingson about a second faster last lap, and this lap's going to be just about the same. Like I've been here before. Down to the inside goes Ellingson. He will retake the lead. And Brett Bieber all back to second. see if he decides to come down pit road. I don't think we're first. I know he ain't saving. He's about to redline the thing. I can't imagine he's coming down pit or not coming down pit road at some point. So I expect an 808. Run it all the way out. I mean, at this point, there's no point coming down now. Got to run it till she starts screaming at you that you got to come down this lap. Christopher Morris, man, I tell you, he funny how this race worked out. Our strategy's all over the place, and he was just on the bad end of it. And just cautions fell early. Now they're not falling at all. And tried to save a set of tires. Only been on pit road one time, and it's just not been the right call. No way to know. If you can, like Steve Letarte says on TV, I can tell you the right strategy every time if you tell me when the cautions are going to fall. I think that's applicable here for sure. You knew when the cautions are going to fall, you make the right call, and there. Oh Lord. Matt Knights goes for a spin, and boy, Brett Bieber is going to be smiling ear to ear. I'll tell you that right now. And Jacob Ellingson not going to be smiling at all as the caution comes out with less than 15 laps to go. What happened to Matt Knights here? We're going to take a look at the B-Speed replay. He's going to come off the corner and just lose it. Bends down to the inside wall. That was enough to bring out the caution. So we are under caution, and everybody's going to have to come down pit lane. Except for Levi McCarty. Oh, no. Wow. Interesting call as Ellingson comes down pit road along with Brett Bieber, who, like I said, got to be smiling from ear to ear. That strategy worked along with Brandon Wallace, who comes down pit road. So everybody coming down pit road except for Levi McCarty, who's going to stay out here. Jonah there. He is going to take the wave around. He was stuck a lap down. Levi McCarty has 46 laps on his tires. And we're going to go green with probably 12 laps. And, oh, man, he missed pit stall. He missed the pit road. That has to be what happened. Because he is coming down now, and the pit road's probably closed. So that's probably going to be a black flag. Yeah, it is. So he's going to get a black flag for entering a closed pit. Missed the pit stop. It's easy to do here at Phoenix because pit road's on the wrong side of the track. The pit road entrance is not by the start finish line. It's on the other turn. I bet if we go back a little bit, we can see he's already missed pit road. Back a little bit further. Well, it doesn't matter. He must have come down. I just missed it, and wow. One of two things. He either missed pit road, which, like I said, when you catch up to the field, is easy to do. See, the pace car going down to pit road entry here. We got to go all the way down the front, just backstretch, to get to the restart zone. I can't tell if he was expecting more folks to stay out or what. But anyway, Jacob Ellingson, the only thing that did not need to happen for him was caution to come out. A lot of stuff can happen right here as we're getting ready to go green into the Invets restart zone. He has got a big gap. They gave him a wide berth, and he is going to say thank you very much. Y'all battle it out. I'm going to drive and go get this trophy. There's almost 4 wide back here as Zachary Tucker all the way down to the bottom. Oh, Brandon Wallace up against the outside wall. They're wrecking. Brett Bieber is going around. So is Christopher Morse Jr. And caution, back out. Back to see what happened to Chris Morse here. He was all in this cluster right in front of Brandon Wallace here. See Brandon going to drive into the corner, get into the wall. Little contact from Bontrager. But you see Brett Bieber was also wrecking, got sideways right in front of everybody. Yeah, Greg, you see the gaps and stuff that are behind. I mean, just a wild restart. You don't want to have those gaps. Kind of watching to see what happened to Bieber here as he goes down in the corner, just drives it in there on those cold tires. He's been on 80-lap tires. He forgot what they felt like. Got a little help there to save his car. Levi McCarty still has that black flag, and yeah, it's an unfortunate side effect of something that I've been curious about. And I do think that something has changed on the iRacing side. Now, they've kind of made the cautions quicker, and I think that's a problem that we've been running into this season. I don't know what changed. The cautions used to take, a lap, or, you'd have the first lap, you have the second lap, there'd be another one. But it's all kind of shortened up by a lap. I don't know what they changed in the code to kind of speed things up. I know, if you get a lot of cautions, it could take forever at some tracks. And they have definitely sped it up. And so got to make quicker decisions. This pit road, and if you're the leader, on the lead lap, you only get the one opportunity to come down pit road, because next time by, the pit exit or pit entrance will be closed. And that has messed up a lot of folks this season. I know we've been having issues clearing black flags for that reason, and people confused by it just because the timing is off. You get so used to the timing, how quickly we go back green, and see we've already got lights out. We've only been under caution for 2 laps, so it's happening a lot quicker, and I think that's catching a lot of folks that just not prepared for how quickly these cautions are. Man, we're getting ready to go green, and there is a large group of drivers that are not even caught up to the field yet. So, Jonah Colbert happy to see that caution, as he'll get caught back up after having to take the wave around. Took a set of tires there. But right now, it's all on Jacob Ellingson. Zachary Tucker now on the outside of the front row as we get ready with 8 laps to go once they take the green. Ellingson got a great start last time. We'll see if he can repeat it here. Maybe somebody can get up there. Look at all the gaps between the cars. That's just wild. Almost a car length. And you can see the result. I mean, look how much of a gap there is back there. I don't know why guys are leaving huge gaps. That's just... Oh, and Brandon Wallace comes down and clobbers Daniel Cunningham. Now he's going to drive up the track. What's going on with Brandon Wallace? And caution, back out. Like Charlie Harkman. Not a great sequence for the 99. He has been having a tough go at it the last couple. What happened here is 7. Charles Abrams up the track. And oh my gosh. 98 at Cliff Adams. Big contact. On board Cliff Adams here. Watch this hit. Man never lifted. I love it. He never lifted. I never heard that engine come off of it at all. I think he was hoping they'd be gone. Watch it one more time. How you know you get down to the end of this thing. These guys are like, I ain't lifting. He might only got one eyeball. Oh, look, parts and pieces going flying down the track. Might just have his left eyeball. Couldn't see out the right side. I don't know. To Jamie Lippert get back on the lap via the free pass. Levi McCarty still with that black flag. We got 3 black flags. Charlie Harkman with 1 along with Kevin Price. I would imagine Levi's trying to campaign a little bit. I don't have driver voice comm on, but I would imagine there's a little bit of hey, can we clear this? Because I missed pit road. I had to come down pit road. It was closed. So, and I'll be honest here, this season we've had a little bit of tough time how to deal with that. Yeah, I had a few drivers get it cleared they shouldn't have, and it's just been sort of a rocky few weeks trying to navigate these new changes. And said, I'm sure if Levi's like, look, I had to come down pit road. It's closed. I don't know why it's closed. Lead lap cars, you can't come down the second time, and I don't know if they're gonna clear it. We'll find out here. Getting ready to go green in this time. 6 laps to go in this one. Ellingson has been lights out on these restarts. Can anybody close them gaps up? Ellingson's probably like, yeah, go ahead, leave car length gaps here. You see Brandon Wallace, he's a whole car length back from Michael Costa. And all that does is just cause chaos. And everybody's got different FOB. You see Zachary Tucker, I mean, he's a whole car length ahead of Brandon Wallace. See, whenever they do that, there's an accordion effect. But we're back under green. This time, Jacob Ellingson not as great of a restart this time as they go barreling down into turn 1. Oh my gosh, Levi McCarty going down to the apron. I guess he's going down pit road. Trying to serve that penalty as the battle for second is where it's at as they door bang. Ostick. Tucker. Side by side for second. And it's Cunningham and Craig Bontrager. Where did he come from? As Jacob Ellingson driving off into the distance. And look at this right here. Is right behind him. Frederick Seagraves thought about making it 3 wide. Oh, Bontrager's going around. Oh, they're wrecking. Big wreck on the front stretch. Brett Bieber all tore up. No caution, though. We stay green. Oh, and now caution comes out. Lord of mercy. Look at Charlie Harkin here. He's doing the best he can to get through it. Just gap closed up. Let's see what actually brought out the caution finally. It took a while. My goodness, it's getting messy out there. On board with Frederick Seagraves Jr. Oh man, Bontrager just checks up. I think the 91 of Cunningham was still on the outside, and Bontrager got a little bit tight there and had to check up. And when he did, watch on board with Brett Bieber. Hard hit for him. See the gap. It closed up that quickly. That's how fast it happened. And you hear the motor blown for Bieber. Well, we are on our first green-white checker. We got 2 of them. And everybody knows the green-white checkered rules, but if you don't, I'll tell you. You'll get the green flag. You'll come around, take the white flag. You get the checkered flag. If we get the white flag, the race is over. There is a wreck for the white flag. The leader takes it. We'll have a caution, stack them back up, and we'll do it again. If for whatever reason we get a second green-white checker and caution comes out, race is over. We don't want to see that. We want to see it go to the checker. First and 2, and I haven't seen anybody that's got any chance of racing with Ellingson here. He's got control of the race. That's a huge advantage, but we've seen guys just be passive here on these restarts. I think Ostick's in the worst position because because in that index restart zone, you don't get to fire off. You have to wait on the leader. Yeah, you can get a penalty if you fire off too early, which will put you, a lap down by the end of this thing. So, he's in the worst spot. But Zachary Tucker, you're right there behind the leader. He wants to win this race. He's going to have to make something happen here. Ellingson is happy with the status quo because he's been able to get the power down and just drive off. So we'll see what he can do. Here we go. Green-white checker number 1 here in Hidden Wit Brewing Company Xfinity Series. Who's going to get it done? Can Ellingson close it out here? Into the index restart zone. And he caught him sleeping. He caught Zachary on the lift. Bostic, though, has a nice run here. We'll see if he can do anything with it. Ellingson just wants to see the white flag. Bostic is clear for second. Can he do anything? If they take the white, the race is over at the checkered flag. Coming off the corner. White flag is out. One more lap to go. Does Kostick have anything for the 27? Kostick did not get into the corner. Trying to back it up a little bit, get the run off, but it is not going to be enough. Ellingson. Another corner to go. Oh, my God. Zachary Taylor wrecks Christopher Morris, but off of the corner. Ellingson takes the victory here at Phoenix. And we got beef. We got a little drama here at the end of the race. But Jacob Ellingson going to get the win tonight, and honestly in dominant fashion. He'll burn it down here on the front stretch. Lincoln Tech, number 27, Chevy Camaro, burns it down on the front stretch, and he will celebrate this win for sure. This is a good one. Hard to win in this series, and he gets the job done. Let's go back and watch the very end of that race. I'm going to watch as 1 and the 81. There's a little bit of fireworks going on after the fact. On board with Zachary Tucker here. Zachary just cooks it. Getting in the corner, takes out the 81, drives on, and wins the race. And Christopher Morris is going to end up in 13th. Wow, 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 wow. All right, well, I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the take a look at the results. Ellingson, Kostick, Daniel Cunningham for top 3. Jonah Colbert with a great recovery to 4th after last caution of being a lap down, taking the wave around, getting those tires, comes back and finishes 4th. That's a solid run. Brandon Wallace staying up there. They had some rough restarts there, but able to hold on to that top 5. Greg Bontrager in 6th. Zachary Tucker battling for 4th, going to end up 7th. Jamie Lipke, great recovery for him. He was a Lucky Dog recipient a few laps ago. Puts him in 8th. Matt Knight's in 9th. Frederick Seagraves rounds out top 10. Chris Sawyer comes home in 11th. Charles Aber, 13, Christopher Morris Jr. after that contact. Charlie Harkle comes home in 14th. We have a black flag. We'll see if that stands. Levi McCarty, disappointing. Comes home in 5th after having to serve that penalty. Timothy Stubblefield in 16th. Devin Price in 17th. Brett Bieber in 18th. Cliff Adams in 19th. And Andy Kurtz top 20. 21st, John Anthony, all these guys out early in this one. Doug Ellingson, Logan Sturgeon, George Jewell. And those two are your race control. We got to talk to our driver, the winner here tonight. Get him up in the second. See what he thought about this race. He had a rather uneventful race. Let's get him up in here into the booth. Jake Ellingson. This is Eddie in the booth. Got a copy?
How's it going, buddy?
Well, hey, look, it feels like it's going pretty good for you as you were able to get that win. And honestly, it felt like you had the dominant car here tonight. Phoenix, 2 nights in a row. This time went really, really good for you. Talk about that race.
Just trying to settle in and save some tire, and then it just so happened after I pit on, I think it was like lap 28 or 29 there, we just went green flag when the flag dropped, and just set sail. Was just patient getting through the field on the fresh tires, and then as soon as I got clear, I figured I would try to lay down a couple of heaters and then settle in and start saving tire.
Yeah, I mean, you had control of the race. I mean, the cautions fell quickly early, but you were able to get up there with those fresh tires. The right call, obviously. You were fast already, but when you give 20, 30 laps fresher tires, it makes a huge difference. You're able to drive right up to the front, put a pretty massive gap on the field, and then to have a green flag cycle, it just plays right into your hands.
Yeah, it did, and I mean, I was kind of bummed out when the caution came out. At like I think it was like 2, 3 laps after I pit, and then I was like, "Oh man, of course." And then just got kind of lucky on restarts on keeping that outside driver guessing, and just kind of lucked out on that. But overall, it was a great race. Can't thank these GLR drivers enough for putting on a good show every week.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it got exciting there at the end. I know you had to kind of suffer through a few yellow flags, but it seemed like you were able to get the power down here tonight. Not really slick. It was all gripped up, and being the leader always helps, especially at a place like this where you kind of shoot down to the inside and make sure nobody can get a run on you. Were you nervous at all those last few laps? You feel pretty confident.
I was the last green, last green white checker. I was I kind of sent it into turn 3 there a little bit too hard, and kind of had to whoa it up more than I wanted to, and I felt it get a little bit loose. But other than that, it was pretty comfortable all night.
Yeah. Well, able to get the win. Feels good to get those victories, man. Congratulations on that. And of course, as always, man, who we got to thank?
We definitely got to thank Lincoln Tech for sponsoring the fall series, and glad to get them a win here and putting their name on this number 27. Save 22 and Hidden Wit Brewery for coming on for the series sponsors, and then the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs. And then last but not least, I definitely can't thank my beautiful daughters and my wonderful, amazing wife for allowing me to come out and have fun with you guys.
All right, Jacob Ellingson, your winner here tonight at Phoenix in the Hidden Wit Brewing Company Xfinity Series. Congratulations, Jake.
Let's go.
All right, well, let's move into your second place finisher. And Michael Kostick is that driver. Michael, this Eddie in the booth. Got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, fun race, I think. I don't know. It seemed like you're pretty quick all night long, able to stay up inside the top 5. Talk to me about your race, man. How'd it go?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too bad. I like the long run there. The cautions got a little aggravating, but you'll have that at Phoenix. But yeah, I mean, car was a little tight, but you're able to kind of execute some passes if you save the right front a little bit. Wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean the tire. Did you feel like the tire strategy difference between kind of helped that being able to be on a different tire strategy give you a little bit of that because it seemed like here it was kind of hard to pass if you're on the same tires. Do you think that tire strategy really made a difference on being able to make those passes?
For sure. I mean, it really felt like 4 or 5 lap tire difference made a huge difference. So, yeah, it made it a lot easier for sure.
Well, you're able to get it to that second position, third, a couple times on those restarts. I said it on the broadcast, being on the outside second here at Phoenix on the restart is probably the worst place you could be. Is there anything you could have done to try to get that win?
Probably just wreck Jake before the restart. It's just it's too tough to keep the run with them at being able to cut the apron. I was kind of trying to judge it, cut it down so he didn't have as much of an advantage, but yeah, I mean, it was just too tough. But Jake was super fast all night, so it was going to be tough to beat him regardless.
Yeah. Well, man, congratulations on second place. Hard fought second place for sure. And who do you have to
I think Hidden Brewery, Jam Printing and Promotions, V-Speed for doing the broadcast, Alexander PCs, and then everybody who does all the work for Goat Locker Racing, and my teammates at Bandits.
All right, there you have it. Michael Kostick, your second place finisher, and we'll get the third place finisher in here. Daniel Cunningham in that 91 machine comes home in third. Well, Daniel, that was a crazy race to start, but we got through all the cautions, and you're able to hang on to it. 99 ran into you at one point. Just people banging all over each other, and dadgummit, you're able to get out with a third place finish. Talk about your race.
Yeah, I don't know if the 99 ran into me or I ran into him. I think it might have been a little bit of both, but yeah, I think I was off sequence most of the night. Just we had that caution around like 20 to go, and just figured instead of doing the same thing all the time and running between 6th to 10th, maybe try something different and it might work out. So, but yeah, good night, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, last night the ARCA car was just a lot of fun. There were some discussions before the race about this car, this track not being too fun to drive in comparison. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, that was a pretty bad car and track combo. I mean, last night was pretty good with the ARCA car, like you said, but that thing felt like a dump truck from about lap 3 onwards. So I think that's probably what led to a lot of the contact and stuff we saw, just because it's so tight. The only way you could really pass somebody was to try to dive bomb. So kind of leads to stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, third place, pretty solid. Man, congratulations on that. And who do you got to thank? Sponsor shout out.
Yeah, appreciate y'all doing the broadcast as always. Hidden Wit Brewery for sponsoring the series, iRacing, Above the Yellow Line, Sim Motion, Ghost Energy, all my teammates over at Bandits Motorsports, and a special thanks tonight to 3Chi. Kind of helped me get through that one a little bit here tonight.
All right, there you have it. Third place finisher, Daniel Cunningham. Well, that's going to do it for us here tonight. Man, what a great race here at Phoenix. I mean, what else do you want? You got tire strategy, you got cautions early, you got green flag runs, you got a green flag cycle, and you got a winner, Jacob Ellingson. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all for being in chat, chit-chatting. Let me know what you think. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody over at V-Speed, Adam Baker, Bradley Cooper, everybody that does work over at V-Speed to get this thing done. Of course, Matt and Jamie with Goat Locker Racing and all the things that they do. Go check them out. Tony Entertainment tomorrow night for the Next Gen Series. And then Thursday night, Above the Yellow Line Media on YouTube for Goat Talk. Check that out. We got Amber Sheffer on the podcast Thursday night from Jam Printing and Promotion. So should be really, really fun. So come check that out. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week. Take a look at the schedule before we go. We'll be at Bristol next week. Come on, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta be here for Bristol. Chicagoland's gonna be awesome. Watkins Glen, Kentucky, Wilkesboro, Kansas, Charlotte, Richmond. I mean, good Lord, just home run after home run here on the schedule. Come on out, check it out. See y'all next time. Y'all be good.